Welcome to the Undefined podcast. I'm Jared Palmer.
And I'm Ken Wheeler.
And on this week's episode, we're with Jackie Liu, software engineer from Square. What up, Jackie? Welcome to the Undefined.
Hi. Nice to talk to you all.
Now the time difference is you're on the West Coast and we're on the East Coast, so you are still at work.
Yeah, we are definitely not at work.
Yeah, we're all beveraged up.
So drink check. I know, Jackie, you're drinking water. Ken, what are you drinking this week?
Well, I've got these truly hard seltzers because I drank all my Coronas, and then I also have a quarter of a bottle of Russian Standard.
Oh,
I think it'll do.
You'll think it'll do.
How about you?
I'm sticking with the George Clooney Casamigos. It's the thing I have left.
Is that the same bottle?
Yeah, I'm doing work on this.
Wow. I'm surprised that this is like a multi-week thing that you still have the same bottle.
Well, yeah.
Liquor has a real short shelf life in my household.
In the Wheeler household.
Jackie,
what's your
podcast featuring this bottle?
Right, basically. Jackie, what's your go-to beverage of choice?
Wine.
A particular varietal?
I shift around, but typically like white or sparkling. I like some Cremant.
Nice.
Solid.
Jared, you strike me as a wine guy. What kind of wine is your jam?
I like Brunello's. I like I've been drinking this Simi. It's pretty good. I'm drinking this Decoy. I don't know.
Decoy's lovely.
Decoy is great. Decoy is like a solid move. That's so I've been on that grind recently.
I enjoy like Franzia box wine.
Oh, wonderful.
And then like very, very dry Malbecs.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, that's a wide range.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what's being eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Franzia, and then what was the
like a Malbec? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So at my local liquor store, there's like this like savings card, and I did it, and if you do it right, not only do you get savings per bottle, but there's like a little like wine tasting area.
Yeah.
Right. So you take the same card and you like stick it in a slot, and you can like taste like a little bit of each wine. So like you have enough tastes per day to get like a full glass of wine. So every time I go to a liquor store, I get a full glass of wine.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's like me and like the neighborhood wine moms, and we're like, "Can you believe that they're putting a traffic light at this intersection?"
Classic.
It's fun.
Classic. So Jackie, you're in SF. You're at Square. What are you building at Square? Square's like a big company.
It is a big company. Yeah. I'm on the platform engineering team. I switched teams fairly recently, so in I think December.
Where were you before that?
I was working on Caviar at Square also. Yeah.
Word. Caviar is cool. An ex-girlfriend of mine, Caviar.
Fun.
Well, we won't get into that, but that's really cool. So I know you're mostly on the front end?
Yes. Yes. So I work on a thing called Spar Console, which is basically like a dashboard for all of the services across the company. So it's a React TypeScript app.
Nice.
Already on the TypeScript grind.
Yeah, love some TypeScript.
Is all of Square TypeScript at this point, or is it? Where is it?
Yeah, most of Square uses Ember actually, so it's not super easy. I mean, I think you can use TypeScript with Ember, but it doesn't work super well.
Kat, have you ever tried TypeScript in Ember?
No.
I've actually never tried Ember.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've read the docs. I've never actually like tried to build anything.
I haven't tried like recent Ember.
Yeah, I don't know.
From what I understand, like it came a long way.
Yeah.
It is better for sure than it was. Like even in the past like year or so, I think it's much better. From when I started, I was like coming from React, and I was like, oh wow, this is kind of rough. But they did ship a lot of great stuff over the course of the year.
I was talking with Yehuda about like some of the under the hood shit, and that is absolutely bananas.
What,
like
the Glimmer thing?
Yeah, like this whole like bytecode thing. Like I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's pretty serious.
Yeah.
I guess one of the things that a lot of people say about Ember is that unlike React, where you have a bunch of choices to make, in Ember you don't.
Yeah. So every Ember app's probably pretty similar then, I guess. I don't know.
Or you can just, get down to business. Like there's like a standardized thing to do, right? Rather than, one of like 17 styling libraries.
Or form libraries.
Or form libraries.
Yeah, that's quite refreshing.
React Final Form, best form library out.
Wow, so much shade is being thrown. So much shade.
Sorry, dog.
Wow. I have to take a moment of silence there. But
yeah, you had to take a sip.
Take a sip.
So we're like every podcast for every podcast as far as TypeScript's concerned now.
Yeah, I think did we is it every single podcast that we've hit the TypeScript?
Yeah.
Streak on? Yeah.
Jack, did you ever write Visual Basic at all?
Yeah, you have to ask.
No, I have not.
Oh.
We brought it up, so it counts.
No, we broke the streak. We broke the streak.
Like all of our guests in previous weeks have had like their origin stories, except for maybe one or two, like have been Visual Basic. Speaking of origin stories,
what is it?
What is your origin story? How did you get started coding?
I'm very young. So I was trying to get into tech, and I went to college. I went to Columbia, New York, and I was there for a while, and I was like, don't want to do computer science. That's like bullshit. But also, I kept meeting all these like people who were starting companies, especially women, and they were like, yeah, I really would have liked to have been able to code instead of having to pay a lot of money for like questionable results. And so I was like, oh, how hard can it be? And it turns out not that hard.
Right.
So yeah, and then like midway through my junior year, I got a job out here and moved.
Sick.
Where are you originally from?
Houston, Texas.
Nice.
Tejas.
Yeah, I kind of did like the triangle.
So you've been in SF, you've been in New York. Compare and contrast.
I feel like it's not polite to comment.
Everything is polite on this podcast.
It's okay. I can bring up the poop thing if you want.
Yeah, there's poop.
Yeah. San Francisco.
We can keep going. There are a lot of Patagucci vests.
Yeah, actually, one of my best friends is moving to New York and bringing a lot of people with him because he's convinced them to go to New York, and it wasn't that hard, which is very impressive.
He's like, there's this place.
I like New York a lot.
No poop.
Yeah, there's a place with no poop. No. The Square office is pretty nice here in New York.
Yeah, it is super nice. I work out of there sometimes. I try to go to New York like twice a year, and it is definitely nicer than the SF office, I will say.
Where's the SF office?
It's at Market Intent, so it's right next to Uber and Twitter and just all of everything, obviously.
Oh, nice.
Do they have their own? I went there once to interview, and they have their own cafeteria.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big company. Yeah.
You would go ham on the shrimp.
That's what I do. I just destroy shrimp.
That's too rich. So Jackie, what? So you did the like CS route, and now you're
actually ended up majoring in philosophy. So I didn't actually graduate with a CS degree. Yeah.
So you're just like hustling web development on the side. Like, how did you?
Kind of, yeah. I was taking CS. I was trying to double major, and then I ended up coming here in the middle of college. So I didn't actually finish my CS degree, and then I went back and graduated. But it was like during my full-time, like I had a full-time job, and I was like, can I take off like a couple months to just real quick finish my degree? And they said fine, but it was basically like only enough to fill the remainder of my philosophy degree. So
oh shit, so you got a gig like before you graduated and then just went back. Yeah. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. How did you doing that? Were you just like how did you like interview for you just how you got the job?
Yeah, so it was actually kind of funny. So I worked at Nilus. I don't know if y'all have heard of that, but it was like I was working on Nilus N1, which was the email client. It was like an Electron app. But around RIP, around the time that it launched, like like maybe the day that it launched, I was like tweeting about it, and I was like, yeah, like it looks pretty cool. It's like kind of slow. And then the CEO was like, hey, like wanna make it less slow? And I was like, oh sure.
That's awesome.
Nilus was sick. I used Nilus for a little while.
Yeah,
Great email app. Every good email app nowadays though just gets squashed.
yeah.
Inbox is dead. What do you use for email now? Because
Oh,
Nilus was very
that.
forward thinking.
Yeah, I use Apple Mail on desktop, which is like kind of depressing.
Very.
Very.
Yeah,
What do you use, Ken?
I use fucking browser Gmail.
Oh wow.
It took my inbox away. Well, I mean, I have a strict policy about separating consumption from creation. So all my emails happen on the phone.
Right. No, so for those who don't know, can you explain your policy? Maybe people don't know.
Yeah, so all messaging, all Twitter, social media, emails, all that shit takes place on the phone to separate it from the computer, which is where code and music and shit like that happens.
So you don't write emails on your computer. You only write them on your phone.
That's right. I only like fucking thumb type emails.
Which is acceptable in this day and age. It's very like BlackBerry. I know OG dating myself here, but very BlackBerry safe. Like, it's going to be consumed. I have to say the higher up you like message or communicate with somebody at a company, the shorter their emails. Like,
yeah. It's like, most of the time it's just like, yeah, it looks great, or fucking see you Thursday. It's not like this like long-winded thing. And then like if you have like Twitter open on your computer, like you're going to get a push notification. It's going to come up in the top right of your screen. Whatever the fuck you were just trying to build or figure out is totally forked, right? So I just keep the shit on the phone, and then like when I'm ready to take a break, I'll fucking grab the phone. I'll be like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at all this shit. And then, come back to whatever I was doing. The separation of creation and consumption and ratios. There's a method to the madness.
Yeah.
Jackie, you're like pretty involved on Twitter. How do you tweet during the day? What's your thinking there? Like, is it just on all the time? Like you turn it off? Like you're pretty active.
Like the actual app, or
what's your Twitter philosophy?
My brain.
Whatever. Like, tell us.
I actually have been tweeting less lately. I think like I've been using this tech journal that Josh Miller and Josh Lee and some other people have been working on, and it's basically like Twitter, but if you texted it to a bunch of random strangers and you had no idea who was reading it and couldn't get any replies. And a lot of my shit posting has gone there, and it's been good for me, I think. So I don't post on Twitter as much.
Sounds like an incredible place to shit post.
Yeah, like I mean, I just have like no idea how many people are following me there, or like who's following me there, or if anyone's even reading it. Like maybe no one is following me. That's totally possible. But it feels much less like forever than Twitter does.
Twitter's like Library of fucking Congress forever.
Yeah. But it's fun.
It is fun.
If I ever run for office, yeesh.
Yeah, I mean, totally, Ken. We totally think you're going to be running for office, which I think, I think you have a valid shot. I mean,
yeah. I mean, there's been a precedent set where a person like myself
pretty much can do it. That's speaking of Twitter. Should we do meme of the week?
Absolutely.
Sure.
All right, let's do meme of the week. Who wants to get it going?
I'll get this start.
How does this work? Sorry.
All right. So the way this works is you pick your favorite meme of the week, you tell us about it, and you read it out loud, and hopefully it's hilarious.
Okay. Gotta do some.
All right, Ken, we'll go with you.
All right. So this meme of the week, much like most of my memes of the week, probably now and moving forward, come from the fucking meme lord himself, Mark Dalgleish.
Oh, the best meme lord.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen this meme before yet, but like I actually appreciate the base meme so much, and then his use of it was phenomenal as well. I mean, this is a real fucking meme here. So it's like this raven at a comedy club, right? And it's got a microphone in its face, and it goes, "Design tools bad," right? And then it shows like the raven at the microphone, and then there's like a guy in the background, like somebody at the comedy show, and he goes, "Boo! Get better material." And then it shows the raven like sweating with like an ellipsis, and then there's like a panel of it looking at like the cards of jokes, and it's like design tools suck, design tools.
That's rich.
Like, it was all material, and I fucking really enjoy that. The potential on that meme.
Oh, it's good.
All
right, I got two. First one is a Game of Thrones meme. It's the like slaps the car meme. And it goes like slaps season 8 episode 3. This bad boy can fit so many main character deaths in it. That's good. That's so good. And the other one was and the other one is from Kits. This was like just a couple hours ago, and it goes, conference organizers. If we give them t-shirts, they'll wear them and promote our brand everywhere. Devs. Which one should I use as a pajama today?
Fair enough.
So that's good stuff right there.
Pajama was being kind.
Pajama was being kind. Wait, what else is the option? Cum rag? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take it there, sure.
All righty. Jackie.
I think all of mine are probably also Game of Thrones. There's one that's like, John, my real, I don't know, is this bad? Spoilers? John, my real name is Aegon Targaryen, Daenerys, and it's that video of Cardi B saying like, how convenient. Like, I cannot do it justice just by reading it, but like, she's just like, that is super, super convenient. Like, don't buy into it at all. Also, there was another one, me at 19. Why would someone with a cool STEM degree want to sell a kombucha at the farmer's market or run a yarn store? Me at 30. Oh.
That shit's
nice.
Good. That shit's fucking funny.
That's quality shit.
That's good stuff.
The Game of Thrones ones I don't really get because I don't watch it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I just got my so historically, right? I'd put it on like my wife wouldn't want to watch it, so I could like never watch it. So I'm not gonna like watch television and make her go in the other room, unless The Bachelor's on. But in that event, I just play video games. But I digress. I talked her into watching it, and now we're like almost through season 1.
Season 1 and 2 are pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far, dude. I really resonate with this Khal Drogo character. That guy fucking rules, dude.
That guy fucks.
I feel like if I were to be like in that period, I would definitely be a Dothraki.
I think you would be a Dothraki as well. Jackie, so you're working at Square, you're working on the platform team. Tell us more about life at Square.
Yeah, it's interesting because that actually has changed a lot since I haven't been here super long. I've been here for like under a year and a half, and it's changed a lot. Basically, when I joined, it was like everything is Ember for sure, and nobody was using Typescript, and this isn't really front end, but JavaScript more broadly. I guess not really JavaScript either, but whatever. And nobody was using GraphQL, and now like all those things are very much changing and like evolving, which is kind of cool. We have like a lot more teams using React now, and a lot more teams using Vue. We acquired like Weebly, so that's like entirely Vue shop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's your take on Vue? You can speak very candidly on this podcast.
I like the way React handles the same things more.
That's a very diplomatic way of saying it. So Ken and I were just DMing. No, continue. Oh
no, I like a lot of people who work on Vue, and I've
I
never
like a lot of people too
for anything. So it's like I can't really say. I've just from what I've seen, I don't really get it.
I get that. Ken and I were talking. We were DMing today because we were both like felling over the latest release of Svelte, and like one of the things that I liked about the new. First of all, if you haven't checked out the new Svelte fucking looks nice.
That shit looks fucking sick, dude.
So like. All right, Ken, you and I both, I read through the entire tutorial. It took like an hour. What I like about the new Svelte, which it's different than, it's like how I think Vue should have worked, but it doesn't work that way. In some sense, like it like kind of like codifies or galvanizes some of the things that you're probably constantly doing in Vue and just makes them like a little bit easier in many respects. Like the whole thing with like imports, for example, like in Svelte, you just like import some component and boom, it's ready to rock. Like you don't need to like pass it back to the component or whatever. You know, like register it again. Like that's like one thing. And then the whole reactivity thing in Svelte is just fire.
That's like the coolest part, dude, is the reactivity
Fire.
to me, right? Because in React, like everything's so explicit. You know, like if you're gonna change some shit, you are changing some shit. And then like that could trigger like a bunch of other shit changing that you didn't even intend for that shit to change.
Yeah, and when I was reading through the Svelte docs, Ken, I was thinking to myself like, okay, yeah. I don't think I'm going to use a lot of local component state. I'm probably going to throw everything in stores.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking about. I was like, the local component state thing is like useful, but like, and what I think is interesting about the Svelte is like, okay, so the $, like I can get over that. Like I can fuck with that. I can fuck with that $. Like way easier. Also, if you were teaching somebody brand new to JavaScript and you were just like, boom, $, means reactive, versus like, oh yeah, you have to use set X or set Z or set Y, and you want the previous value of that? Nah, fuck that. You're gonna have to do something special for that. I don't know, man. This seems like a little bit easier.
yeah, I like it. I mean, you know, I haven't sussed it out in like anything like prod grade. So I mean, obviously there's probably limitations. But like right now, like the shit that we're excited about is, you know, how simple it is and the writing and shit like that. But like that hasn't even historically been the pitch of it. Like I used to look at like the coolest part is the shit compiles down to fucking nothing, right? It's like a no runtimer.
Yeah, the other thing I love about the new Svelte, or maybe this is not even new Svelte, just like the Svelte. They do shit with like transitions. So instead of CSS transition group being that like thing you have to look up every time you fucking use it, it's just like baked in.
Import fade.
Yeah, like you baked in, out, all that shit is just ready to rock.
Did you see like the input binding and shit too?
Yeah, dude, I was all about the input binding. I was like, damn, dude, this input API is lit, and it's just full encompassing. Like every single, it's great.
It feels like whatever the fuck they were trying to do with Angular, Rich finally got right.
So the way I see Svelte is like that is what Angular 2 should have been.
Yeah, it feels fucking cool, man. I mean, I don't know, like at scale, what that's all about, and then, you know, I'm that dickhead that's gonna say at scale, but like realistically, like, you know, when you start to like I've tried a lot of things, and like when you go to try to actually build anything with it, you're like, this is fucking nope. You know, like,
no, I feel you. I think the thing that gets me about Svelte is like, all right, so let's come from Rich, and we're gonna have Rich on the podcast, by the way, folks who are listening. Like that shit is happening like tomorrow, next week, I don't know, a couple days. Tomorrow. Anyway, so we'll have Rich talk about more. But what gets me hyped as fuck is like if you're building like an article and like you're gonna write this shit and it has like flip transitions and like this entire animation thing like thought through and it's done. React is so bad at animations. So bad. It's classically shitty. It's like it so couldn't be worse.
React is so bad at animations that you might as well just fucking forget about the React model when it comes to animations and just either do it in CSS or like, you know, do it as some kind of like imperative side effect after the fact.
Or just like change the page over to just like I just give up. Jackie at Square, what do you use for CSS? Let's open this up to some shit.
My team uses style components.
Styled components. Max Stoiber, man, 22-year-old boy genius.
Is he 22?
Yeah,
I don't know. He's like 20. He's like 12 or 22. I don't know.
Is he 22 yet?
I don't know.
If he's not 22 yet, he's on the goddamn cusp of it. But
I think he's pretty close.
He's a young fella.
Young fella. Style components. Ken, you're a style components fan.
Yeah, I like style components. I'm also a Max Stoiber fan.
Indeed, Max is a good dude.
Yeah, I remember one time I was in a cab with him, and
where?
I was like shit faced somewhere in Europe. I forget exactly where.
As one is.
But yeah, I was like trying like really, really hard to make him uncomfortable, and it was working. It was amazing.
Tell us more.
No, I don't remember what it was, but like
that was just the context of the story. You just made him uncomfortable.
No. Like imagine like me and Max Stoiber in the back of it like a car, and like, you know, he's like, I'm having a good night. Yeah, I'm like, well, you gonna fucking do this to do that, right? You know, he's like, you know, the kind of shit that I'd say to him. Yeah.
I met Max at React Rally like 3-4 years ago, and I don't know why. I think we were just both like super off the time zone, and we both were up at like the crack of dawn, and we just had like breakfast together, and it was totally normal and also hilarious. But yeah, like he's just like the coolest dude.
So
I had no idea he was like 18 at the time.
Do you remember when he used to wear like that hoodie for the longest time
With the ampersand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was wearing that.
So do you remember when Yanni got that hoodie?
Whoa. Dude, that's awesome.
The stream froze. Do you remember when Yanni got the same hoodie?
No. You got the same hoodie?
So Max had the red one with the ampersand, and Yanni got the blue one with an ampersand, and he wore it on stage, and he's like, Max, this is what's gonna happen to you in the future. He's like, I'm future Max Stoiber. It was the funniest shit, dude.
Jackie, are you speaking at any conferences?
No, I think like I got burnt out on conferences.
What?
Heard that.
Ken doesn't speak anymore, except he's gonna speak later this year, but like doesn't speak.
Yeah, I spoke like twice in like a 3-day span, like maybe I guess a year ago, last April, and then I was kind of like, nope, never again.
What did you talk about?
I was at the lead developer, and then I was at Zeit Day. And I was talking about, the first one was about debugging, and the second one was about Ember, actually.
Crazy about Ember, right?
Which was an interesting experience, I will say, at Zeit Day.
Yeah. What was that like? You speak about Ember at Zeit Day? Okay.
Yeah,
Bold
it was
moves.
kind of like, well, so they asked me to speak, and I was like, oh, like, not really sure what to talk about because I'm obviously not working on any React stuff right now. And so I was like, I guess I'll just talk about new stuff in Ember because I'm sure these people like know. And yeah, it was interesting. People were definitely like not exactly receptive, but also they were nice about it.
That's fair.
That's fair. Dude, Ken, have you ever bombed a talk?
Yeah, a billion times.
Tell us about when you bombed.
I've had a couple that I was like less than pleased with. The biggest comes to mind is React Native Europe.
Oh God, I'm speaking there.
2 years ago.
Oh God.
So I went out to like the speaker dinner, and then we went out afterwards, and there was like a Polish shots bar.
Enough said.
Yeah, so I go, and like we're all getting fucked up, and then like we end up going to this like nightclub across the street and stayed there till like 4 a.m. And then like I walk home at like 5 a.m. in like pouring rain, like completely shit faced. So then I go, and like I had to talk at like 10.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I go back to the hotel, right, and I fall asleep, I guess, while I was like going over my slides, and I wake up like at 10. Right, I wake up at 10 with like my pants at my ankles, like shit faced, and I'm like, what the fuck, with my laptop open. I'm like, so like I just in the same clothes that I fell asleep in. I grab my laptop and run downstairs, dude, and like there's all these text messages, like Mike Grabowski, the organizer, he's like, where the fuck are you? And I'm like, right. So I was supposed to go first, right? But like then they had Natter go first. So Natter went like in my spot, and then I went in Natter's spot. So like come 10:30, right? Like think like the most hungover and parched you've ever been in your entire life. I'm sitting there like eating like fucking Polish breakfast foods, like drinking orange juice and water. Like, you could do it, big guy. You could do it.
But you probably knew that like no matter what you were gonna do, you're gonna feel like shit during the actual talk. Like this was.
Yeah. So like the first like 5 minutes of the talk is so struggly. I can't even talk. I'm like, hey. I was like, I'm Ken Wheeler, and I had a hell of a night. How's it going, Paulin? But like I eventually found my groove, like maybe like 7 to 10 minutes in, and finished strong. But dude, that was tough. Yeah, I mean, I've had other ones that I was just less than pleased with. Like I kind of like lost my train of thought a couple times during my React Finland talk. I wasn't super happy about that. But
it's hard.
Oh, you know, sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. Am I right?
Absolutely, dude. I did one at in New York at Buzz.js, and that was like the first like not like just React conference that I was speaking at, and
those are fucking weird.
Yeah. So what's weird about the generalist conference is that like you don't know who you're speaking to. And so when you speak, you basically end up speaking to no one and that's what ended up happening to me. So I was talking about Razzle, which is a pretty cool fucking tool, but it's in a weird way, like so cool that you don't even get it when you see it because like, you're like, oh yeah, duh. Like create React app just fucking works too. Like that's dope. But like Razzle is like create React app with server rendering. And so, and it just fucking works. And so there isn't like this like whole, oh fuck, like how do you do this? It's like, I've done all this shit for you. And so like, I guess my failure was like not like setting up the problem and like, like here's how you go through all these steps to do server side rendering with hot module replacement. And let me show you how much pain you're about to fucking go through. Because I didn't have much time because it would take too much time. So I ended up just showing this thing. And I just failed the hero myths like entirely. I failed the entire story arc because it was just like, oh yeah, here's this thing. It works perfectly. It's dope. And so nobody got it. And then also it was a general JS conference. And so when it's like a general JS conference, like you're fucked too because like it's just it's just like the worst. Like it's just you're fucked because nobody's like a specialist, but then at the same time like nobody is a generalist. They're all like doing whatever they're doing. So it's tragically shitty.
I hate generalist JS conferences, dude. It's so lonely. Because when I get there, like if I go to like a React conference, everybody's like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "Ah." You know? If I go to like generalist JS, like half the people like don't fucking know me at all. The other half don't like me at all. You know, they're like angry. They're like, "Oh, that's that fucking asshole." You know, I'm like, yeah, it is. How's it going?
Dude, so it's just, I mean,
I'm like, hey, here's this like incredibly advanced React thing.
So like the only thing I could think of it like at like generalized JavaScript conferences that is like what am I going to talk about TypeScript? Like that's boring.
I don't know. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things you could talk about, like, but it depends on how you write it, right? Like, I feel like at the general ones, it's hard to give like a advanced, intricate talk, right? Like,
and like who isn't giving advanced talks at this point in the sense that like most of the time we're very involved in what we're doing, and so we're at there are nuances to everything, right? And so it's very hard to give some sort of general hoopty-doopty talk. I don't know.
That's I've tried for it, right? Like, I just spoke at Magnolia in Mississippi.
Yeah, tell us about that. You were in Mississippi.
Yeah, which wasn't necessarily a React conference, but there was that was pretty generalist. But I knew a lot of the people there, so that was fucking awesome. Oh, Mississippi fucking rules, by the way.
Yeah. What else was lit?
Just good food and shit, and good folks. First conference I've ever been in where we had to go stand in the hallway for a fucking tornado warning.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, sick.
But like, it wasn't like an exclusively React crowd, and I had like a very like advanced React like subject. Like I was this whole like renderless component pattern where you can like use React components as like declarative entry points to imperative APIs.
Like components as config kind of thing. Like
sort of
render null.
Like like React Music type shit.
Yeah.
So I just modified it on the spot. Like on the way in that day, I found out a lot of the folks either didn't know React or weren't like super far along with React. So like I kind of just modified it where I was just like, hey, these are some cool things that you can do. I'm not really gonna get into the fucking how.
That's what I learned. I learned you just go for it at the advanced level and you let it just live on the internet and just do what you're gonna do.
But you know what the coolest part about it was?
What?
Like it's about getting people fucking pumped.
Right.
And so like there was like a couple like groups of school people, like college and high school people, I guess, at the event. And a lot of my shit was like music based, and one of the dudes came up to me afterwards, like one of the dudes who was like the teachers for them, and he's like, hey man, your presentation fucking ruled. All these kids are so fucking pumped to code now because they didn't know that they could like make beats with code and shit. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like, he's like, yeah, that's cool that like, you made it fun. And at the end of the day, like, I think that's what you have to do, right? Like, I don't know, if you've ever sit at a tech conference, like, I sit there half the time and I'm like fucking on Twitter, like, it needs to be fun. There has to be an element of fun. Like, some people are,
it's tragically shitty when it's not fun though.
and people have like the tie tied up all the way and it's all fucking
With a
serious
bow
and
tie.
shit. Yeah. I only know one dude who wears a bow tie and his talks are fucking awesome.
Yeah, Lee Byron's talks are fucking lit, so I shouldn't like shit on the bow tie, but Lee Byron's talks are fucking lit. Like, he's the man.
Yeah.
Lee Byron, for those who are listening, is like the father, good father of GraphQL.
Yeah, I guess so.
Jackie, tell us about some GraphQL shit. Like, what are you all up on? Like, how does that work with Ember? Like, that works?
It does work. I don't really work much on GraphQL.
Okay.
Yeah. It's mostly just we're trying to use it more in Square as like the for internal data and building like an internal data graph with GraphQL, but it's a very long process.
Ken, do you use GraphQL at blank?
If GraphQL is in use, I in my day-to-day I don't, because a lot of these services are C++, but I'm making the argument for GraphQL being like a way to consolidate all these different C++ services under one roof with a
I feel that. We're still on that
like,
rest
a lot
grind.
of this like data heavy shit.
We're still on that rest grind.
Yeah, like Jackie, you do dashboards, so you know what I mean. Like, and people are like really into like Grafana and shit like that. So it's like the only way to do that is with some kind of like API introspection.
Yeah.
Which GraphQL is fucking phenomenal at. So like, we've been like working towards this like Grafana-ish type shit where like, here's the available data, build up, whatever the fuck you want and then choose your visualization of it. So I think that's one of the bigger, it's not so much like the GraphQL like fucking a la carte thing, like, like if you just need title and description, you can just get title and description. It's like, it's like I guess you get that those introspective queries, and then it's able to consolidate a bunch of different data sources under one roof. So that's
I think that's where we would probably use it too. It's like kind of low priority for us because we just already have like a lot of stuff working, but we just talk to so many different services across the company. There are like probably, I don't know, hundreds might be like exaggerating, but there are a lot, and I feel like the stitching together all the APIs would be super, super useful.
All right. So what do you use for real time? Like ZMQ or WAMP or something like that?
We aren't using anything for real-time stuff.
Dude,
we don't have much real-time data. Yeah.
Isn't the back. So I've been stalking. There's this not open source. Well, it's open source, but it's like not very publicized framework that Square is working on called Misc. That's like their back. Misc is like their backend framework. It's all written in Kotlin.
Mm-hmm.
And
Kotlin's been very popular at Square.
Yeah. We know we're on that grind as well. We are on the grind. Kotlin.
No, I'm not on that fucking grind.
You're on that fucking train. We're on that fucking Kotlin train too. And so Misc is pretty cool. We use Drop Wizard, which is like, it's Java, but it's like we use it in Kotlin, so it's fine. But Misc is like a pretty lit.
I'm impressed you've heard of it. Like a lot of people in Square have not heard of Misc.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. Oh yeah. So like I stalk the Square shit all the time. And so like, so this Misc thing is cool. They have this thing, Ken, where they have like, so it's for both like backend, like microservices and web services. And they have this, it's like integrated with Blueprint. And so like every time you want to make a new tab or something, you just like fucking make a new tab and it like dynamically loads whatever like resource requests, like CRUD shit you have. I don't know. It's like, Jackie, you can explain how it works, but like something happens with like the CRUD thing and it like hooks up the Blueprint and you can make like dashboards really easily. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like that team, I think, is doing something similar to what we're doing, the front end team specifically, which is cool. So they're also using React and Typescript too. They're like the other team that are probably the most close in stack to us.
That's dope. Are there like a lot of different stacks at Square?
Not really. We have like, central, it was really Ember, JavaScript for a very, very long time. It's like only in the past maybe a year or two that people have been using React, for instance. And then backend stuff, also mostly Rails, Java, and so the Kotlin, and then there's some Go stuff, but not very much, mostly in the platform team also. Kotlin is probably the thing that's gaining the most traction, and people are using it all over the place, or trying to, yeah.
Ken, what's up, man? I'm just saying, Kotlin, you heard it from fucking Jackie.
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, dude. Kotlin is fucking what's up.
We use C++, man. It is what it is. And if we're we're not using C++, we're using Go.
I'm just saying that, like, Kotlin's lit. Too. You can use Kotlin and React too. I'm just saying, it binds to JavaScript, man.
You know, much like Clojure, I liked Kotlin until I realized it was still on the JVM.
Yeah.
So, Jackie, what are you excited about most in tech right now and going forward?
I'm not sure, actually. I'm, like, honestly not that excited about tech stuff.
What are you excited about then?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited about, like, I don't know, my life more outside of my job.
So what do you do when you're not coding?
A bunch of different things. I organize lots of events. I host this, like, it's been a while, but I host this, like, monthly event series and stuff, and I do fashion photography, and I cook a lot, and
nice.
Trying to write more and stuff like that. Yeah, so I think, like, I'm still excited about tech stuff to the extent that, like, I like the stuff that I'm doing, but also I am definitely much less hypey about it than I was, like, maybe a year ago.
What happened?
Nothing really. I think, like, mostly it has just been kind of feeling like I definitely got burnt out. So that's probably what happened.
Yeah, that actually happens.
For
like
sure.
when you get burnt out, you're just like, fucking forget it.
Yeah. And I think, like, now I'm kind of, like, just trying to, like, pace myself more. Because before, so I was basically like, yeah, like, this is awesome. Like, I moved to San Francisco. I was like, yes, let's go, and, like, go to every fucking meetup, and, like, work all the time, and, like, stuff like that, and speaking at lots of conferences or meetups or whatever. And then I was kind of like, oh no, like, no, I'm burnt out. And yeah, so I think, like, the thing for me has been, like, I am on a team that I really like, and working on, like, a project that I really like, and with technologies that I really like, and that's all awesome. And then I kind of, clock out, and that's also awesome.
It's a beautiful thing. I personally go in and out of being excited about programming. Yeah. Like I'll have, like, a couple of weeks where, like, I fucking.
Oh, you froze. Do it again.
I'll love to, like, learn shit and, build shit and everything like that. And then I'll have a couple of weeks after that where I fucking hate computers. I'm in the lull right now. I don't really like computers right now.
You're in the lull.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, right? Like, like, I'm much more concerned with starting this fitness routine and this brisket that I have cooking right now.
Get this fucking summer bod on, bro.
We'll get there. I was very busy picking out tank tops today.
Yeah.
Yeah, the summer stuff. They actually make these. They are Hawaiian shirts. If you go to oafnation.com, which I believe is operator as fuck nation. They have these Aloha shirts, which they're like Hawaiian shirts, but they have guns on them,
which makes a lot of sense.
Like, it's got, like, I'm looking at this one now. It's like yellow, and it has like sick flowers on it and shit. But, like, in between the flowers, there's, like, a variety of weapons. So they're like sick shirts. I'm trying to pick out my shit for the summer, and that's definitely a contender.
Oh my god, dude!
You know what? All birds master. I'll tell you what,
motherfucker.
So, like, me, like, I wear a lot of, like, very gangster sneakers, right? I have the Yeezys and Jordans and shit like that. Yeah. But, like, if I'm in, like, Timmy polo shirt mode,
Timmy polo shirt.
Friday night with the lady with the
fucking Timmy. It's more like Chad polo shirt, to be honest. But don't bring Timmy into this.
But you know what I mean, like the non-cargo khaki shorts.
Yeah, you have like 2 of those, right?
One of those.
Right, one.
But like
and they're not pleated. The only one that's not pleated.
Yeah, but I mean they fall above the knee, and you just can't wear Jordans with some fucking khaki shorts that fall above the knee.
You can't do that.
I mean, you might be able to. It looks
I'm
crazy.
fucking with you, homie. If you do that, you're a fucking weirdo.
So I was looking.
You can't wear high top shoes and fucking anything that comes from J. Crew below the waist
at the same time. Yeah. So I was saying to myself, like, what can I wear to dinner? What can I go to this, like, the Marina Grill and get, seared scallops with this summer? And I seen the Allbirds tree skippers. Have you seen
those? Dude, the high tops, man.
No. They're like loafers, but they're like
the tiny ones. Yeah.
They're
boat shoes. They're boat shoes. Yeah. They're like the next.
Now?
Yeah, they're it's the next. It's like next generation, like douche Sperry's.
Yeah.
Like if you wore Sperry's between 2005 and 2015.
But you're still a piece of shit. Check out the Allbirds low tops. Yeah, dude, these tree skippers, like the all white tree skippers with some fucking khaki.
Super low cut. You will not be able to wear socks. It's like,
no, you don't even need to, bro. They're wool on the inside.
Dude, my feet sweat. Like I'm fucking not about.
Do you wear socks with Allbirds?
I do. Well, like with the wool ones, yeah, dude. The fucking. Dude, you gotta wear socks with Allbirds.
I don't wear socks. Jackie, do you wear Allbirds?
I do not. I adamantly against Allbirds.
How fucking bad is the Allbirds situation at Square? Tell us about this epidemic.
You know what? Square is not that big on the Allbirds. I feel like it's kind of more of a common projects kind of vibe, which is very
common projects.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is. No, but that's making me think we gotta go on to picks, Ken.
Yeah, I mean, they are extremely neutral. It's like the company aesthetic is very like gray felt and white and glass and Apple, basically like an Apple store, but like a company.
That's like Square.
Yeah. And,
okay.
Like, yeah, and like the people also dress in this aesthetic, sort of. I don't want to make like sweeping statements.
It's okay. Sweeping statements. It's okay. Square's like one of the coolest, like most beautiful, like beautifully designed companies. Like what's that like? You work with like probably fucking awesome designers all the time. Is that?
Yeah, they are great. Yeah.
Is there like
a joy?
Is there like a dude that shows up in hardwood shorts?
like wicker shorts.
A stainless steel T-shirt.
Yeah.
But it must be nice to work with really talented designers. Like actually though, like that must be fucking lit.
Yeah, it is.
Or really annoying because they're very into themselves. I don't know which one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think like most of the designers also are like fairly low key at Square. It's not a ton of like celebrity designer culture. I don't even know what that means, but like, like design Twitter, like not a ton of people there.
Yo, design Twitter is funny.
My favorite thing the design people do is when they take a picture of their desk and it's like,
it's so like, clean.
Right? It's like a nice coffee. It's like a small notebook, like a small plant.
And an AeroPress. It's like,
right? It's just like this like fucking artisanally laid out desk.
It's never been touched. Yeah, it's like beautiful.
My desk looks like fucking Dennis Nedry's desk. It's horrible.
And you also take pictures of your desk. I'm just gonna play devil's advocate here. Like,
yeah, but it's all cyber.
And your desk is like neon, and it doesn't look like those designers' desks, but you take pictures of your desk.
I take pictures of my desk, but I don't take like that like top down picture of my desk.
No, you're not gonna be on Unsplash anytime soon.
No, heavens no. Wow, you still go to that?
Every once in a while, you gotta. So one of my teammates, Jack Cross, like has published some photos to Unsplash. So now it's
dude. Did you see Vincent?
Yeah, yo, Vincent. Shout out to Vincent Reimer. fucking published to God motherfucker's got a billboard. So his like shot on an iPhone thing was part of the shot on the iPhone campaign.
Wow.
And then Tim Cook fucking tweeted it.
Yeah, he went on a safari in Africa, took this picture of this fucking giraffe like at the sunset or some shit. And like the shit is everywhere. Like he was like, yeah, it's up on billboards, and then like I'm taking like a Uber to like the SFO or some shit like that. No, I was actually getting a ride to SFO.
I hope he got paid bank for that.
Probably
he's not allowed to talk about it, but
okay, it's secret.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
I would yeah. So absolutely, he got fucking paid biggity bank for that. But yeah, that Tim Cook tweet was fucking dank.
The Tim Cook thing was pretty dope, only because he was like mentioned. That was dope.
That's
I
pretty.
definitely always thought those shot on iPhone photos were like a scam.
Apparently not.
Likewise, but
but apparently not. All right, let's move on to the picks. Every week we have our favorite trade of the week. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Wait, sorry, what is this?
So this is just like shout outs to your thing of the week. Whatever flex you feel.
Whatever you know, if you have some crucial summer gear you feel like is dope or whatever.
Oh, yeah, whatever it is. Kenneth?
Don't mind if I do. I'd like to start off by going with these Allbirds tree skippers.
Oh man, are you wearing them?
No, I didn't even pull the trigger on buying them yet, but I think they just look nice.
What color are you gonna get?
White, all white. But it's like
you do not get white Allbirds. I'll tell you, like they will not last a day.
All they need to last is like 2 months. It'll be fine. I have Crep Protect, which is my second pick. Do you know about Crep Protect?
Yeah. That's the thing that keeps your balls in place. I'm kidding.
No. It's a hydrophobic coating, right? So Crep Protect is a hydrophobic coating that you put on your shoes, and you could do anything to them, and it'll just go off the side, right? So like I was on a flight, and I'm sitting up there, and this old man spills fucking red wine all over the place, right? And it got all over a pair of all white Yeezys. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So like, and like, he wasn't even like that, like apologetic about it. I was like, do you even understand like right now? So
you
like,
don't even know what you did.
So like I took the shoes in the bathroom and like I wiped them down, dude. They were fucking good as new. Red wine on all white Yeezys, good as new. And then I tweeted it out. I was like, yo, Crep Protect. I was like, shout out to you, fucking, you saved this old man's life tonight. And they fucking retweeted. they retweeted it. I was like, that's hilarious. And then I guess my third pick this week is going to be if you are in the process or would like to get swole and you find yourself at GNC, they have a bunch of new shaker bottles that are like Marvel themed, which is fucking dope. And you see this, you can't really see it over audio, but you guys can see it right now. Like, you know how you have the ball in there? Like usually in a shaker bottle, you have like the ball. This is like dripping on my fucking mechanical keyboard. But like this thing is like this thing that goes up and down on this. Right? So that's pretty cool. Guess which one I got? But without me showing you, do you know which one I got, Jared?
No.
All of Marvel. Who would I pick?
All of Marvel? All of it.
All of it.
Doctor Strange.
Fuck no.
Punisher. Oh, you got like OG Marvel. Okay, that's fine. I didn't know that. The show got canceled. Show got canceled.
Dude. It should have never been canceled.
It was a great show, but it was fucking canceled.
That show ruled. There was a travesty.
Yo, I saw him on the street walking to work one day.
Yeah?
I was like, yo, dude, what's up, man? Like, yeah. He like didn't fucking ignore me. It was like,
is he big in real life?
I mean, no, actually, he's actually like totally normal. But he was walking. It was down Bowery, and I was like, holy shit! Like it's whatever. I forgot his name.
He's like a regular sized dude. Frank
Totally
Castle.
normal size. Frank Castle. It's like, yo, Frank Castle, and he was like,
you fuck that guy.
I'm going to get a kombucha. Like, I'm not doing this. But anyways, all right. My pick of the week is Svelte. I'm just gonna say that right now, and it's lit, and I'm gonna program in that now. All right, Jackie, what is your pick of the week?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of decide between two things. Okay, well, first is Fortnite.
Whoa, you're a Fortnite. You're a Fortnite man. Okay.
I got really into Fortnite like maybe 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Doing lots of that. I played with my friend for the first, like she played for the first time yesterday. It was fun.
Xbox, PS4.
Yeah. What's your platform?
Mine is actually just Mac.
PC in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's gangster.
Well,
Jackie, thanks so much for hanging out. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Where can people follow you?
On Twitter, probably. Yeah.
At Jackie L.
At Jackie HLUO. Yeah.
Word. Cool. Are you speaking at any conferences anytime soon, or you're off that grind?
Yeah, I don't think so. Off the grind.
Off the grind. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for listening. For the Undefined podcast, I'm Jared Palmer.
And I'm Ken Wheeler. Thanks everybody so much for listening. If you want to check us out on the web, it's undefined.fm. If you want to check us out on Twitter, it's the undefined.io. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Ken, give us a fuck you or something.
Fuck you.
Yeah, there you go.